All right, guys. What's up, A? Yeah, today NFP too. NFP, and I thought it would be way more eventful. Um, but we'll just have a quick chat here today. Good morning, good morning. The sun is shining. No, it's not. It's cloudy. Good morning, good morning. The mm-hmm. Italy. Nice, Marco. That's very cool. How's COVID over there? I heard at the very beginning of COVID, it was terrible. Um, so what does Warren Buff mean in my Discord? Well, man, you know Warren Buffett. Um, let me show you who Warren Buff is. This is Warren Buff. Can you click that link? I think so. This is player one made this one, didn't he? All right, let's get the stream rocking. There's me and my crazy hair. Ah, beautiful coconut water, boys. And maybe a couple ladies. Yeah, the merch babies. Yeah, you made it, player one. It's sweet. I love it, man. Sweet. Let's look at the charts a little bit. Had a nice little date there last night. Very, very nice. I hope you guys are proud of me. First date in a long time. Okay. Let's look at the chart here. This morning we saw, what did we see? Coming into the New York session on the euro, we had this bottoming shape here. And by bottoming shape, what do I mean by that? I see a move down into something. Now, unfortunately, that something is not... oof. Let me just clean this one up here. And this one here. This something is not anything of like major importance, but it is lining up with an hourly kind of demand area. If you kind of pull it over here, that freaking buzzing, man, you got to leave me alone. From my phone. You gotta fucking shut up, dude. You gotta shut up and stop spamming me. So we were just retesting kind of this order block area and then rallying up really strong with some strong confluence there. This gave me the impression that we were going to continue up, and coming into the New York session, we were seeing a sweep of these lows. So if we did want to jump in on a trade here, it would have been nice to kind of get in on after the NFP. The NFP was here, but then it caused a lot of movement to the downside. So this is why we didn't take any trades today, because I did want to buy right around this order block here and then rally back up. But the NFP got released, caused a little bit of volatility, not much here today, and that's kind of why we just stayed out of it, because after we saw after the NFP, some downward movement, invalidating what we did want to see, we just stayed out of it. And this was basically the only thing that we were looking at this morning. What I like to do now, and what I'm going to start doing, is kind of doing my previous days analysis, just looking to see if I see any major biases on the higher time frame, to see what I want to see tomorrow. And then in the morning, we'll see kind of what pops out. And on Thursday night, I went through and I did my setups, and I didn't see a single setup that I did want to actually see for today. So I'm just going to let you guys kind of run the show here today. What do you guys want to see? Because there wasn't anything that was really popping out at me. You can see UCAD here is a decent setup, actually multiple highs being swept, currently going on. What's this? What is this block here? Why is it not on that one? I don't know. Anyways, so UCAD, we possibly have a continuation back to the downside here. Multiple highs, 3 highs, I believe, right here, and then a nice little sweep above. Now, it's not a strong sweep, so we still might see another rally up. So I would be cautious of that, because you can, of course, tell that that's not a super strong sweep of stops. So we might actually see another one coming up into the early next week. Buy the merch, babies. Yeah, I bought one of those Warren Buff tees. The quality of the shirt, I tried to get like the best quality on Teespring, but it was okay. It's not like an amazing shirt, but it's a pretty decent quality shirt. I wanted like the best of the best, but it just doesn't exist. 100 the Forex Master, thanks, my man. How much a month do you spend on coconut water? Yeah, so I asked that question to you guys in one of the videos, and it's kind of funny. So I think this one is the cheap one. This one's the cheap one, and it's about $4, something like that. The expensive one's like $5, something like that. So I drink the cheap one because I buy so many of them, and I probably drink 5 of these a week, because I like to drink them every single time I drink. and some weekdays. And we've been going out a lot for camping and whatnot. Really great for camping. So what's that? Let's pull up the calculator. Maybe 5 a week. I think there's 4.2 weeks in a year. 5 times 4.2, and then times like $4. Only like $84 on coconut water. Some people were like guessing like freaking like $300 in that video. Kind of funny. Who the fuck spends $300 on coconut water? I actually ordered a coconut water subscription, so I don't have to keep buying it from the store. Coconut water is less expensive than regular water there. Shit. We can do gold. The gold trade you showed me hit profit. That's awesome, dude. So let's look at gold again. Still kind of doing those shapes that we were talking about, right? Where we're looking for a little bit higher highs here, and it's just really slowing down. So I'm still thinking the exact same thing is going to happen here. We're seeing massive rallies, previous just slight consolidation back down, kind of like a bull flag type pattern here. You guys know bull flags, right? So the momentum is much slower going to the downside. So I do fully expect this to come up for another wick, and we're going to do this again, because that's what we do best, is draw lines randomly. Perfect. And then we just adjust them slightly so we look cooler on the next day. Boom. Adjust them slightly so we look really cool. Boom. Look at that. And then this one's going to be great. Found this channel this morning, getting into trading since this morning. Let's see how it goes. Am I the first channel that you have found? That is cool, dude. If I'm the first one, do I analyze Bitcoin? I do a little bit. I'm more of a Bitcoin investor, and a long-term trader. So I basically just swing trade. So I've been buying Bitcoin for all the way. I've been just keep buying Bitcoin like all the way since here. I bought a ton when it dropped at 4,000, I believe, 4,500, something like that. And just kept buying. I think I sold a bunch around here and then kept buying again, because I don't think it's going to come back down. I think it's going to rally off this. Maybe down a bit here, liquidate some stops, and then back up. You know, we might hit like 8K or something. That'd be nice to get some more buys in. But I would just keep suggesting just buy. What's my favorite pair? Euro USD. Most manipulation. Easiest for me to trade. Easiest for me to see the manipulation. We'll look at gold. Already looked at gold, yeah. What's up, Jew Banks? Joe? Pound? Let's look at pound. As always, guys, send me any charts you want me to see by clicking the little screenshot thing here and sending me the X code at the end there. Okay, looking at today, what's really popping out here for us, boys? You tell me. We're going to take a little bit like slower stream here today because it is Friday. There's much less going on, so I don't like to talk too much. We keep things nice and casual. What is this, guys? What's going on here? What's that? Uh-ohs. Yeah, I'll look at your chart. Send me the X code. Alright, so what's going on here? I don't want to wait for you guys' answers. I already kind of drew the line. There's a ton of taps on this level, right? We're somewhat seeing an ascending wedge here, right? So most likely what's going to continue is there's going to be a lot of retail traders saying that there's this lovely pizza pattern, right? A lot of retail traders say that this means that it's going to go up, right? They're stupid. This means that they're going to get fucking baited into, it's going to move up, it's going to fake them out, it's going to fill this order block, right? It's going to fill this fucking order block right here. And then it's going to boof all the way back down. Create so much liquidity and then continue down. Plus, pair it up with the trend. Let's look at the higher time frame trend. And we are in a downtrend. How are we lining up here? Looks pretty decent. It's a bit wonky, but I would fully expect that to make a lot of sense still. The next level up, if this does in fact actually break up, would be way up here. Unlikely for it to reject off of this area. What are all these lines? I hate them. Let's get rid of them. I hate you. Get out of here. Oh man. I hate you lines. How do I get rid of them? In bulk. Jerks. 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 Bunch of jerks. There we go. Okay. Yeah, liquidity. You got it right. Sama, liquidity. Can you look at your chart? Yeah. Resting order. Yeah, liquidity. What are all the blue and white and red? Blue, white, and red bars up the whole chart. This is obviously the... Is it the French flag? Is it French? Yeah. The French flag, that's what it is. It's because I'm French. No, it's the sessions, dude. London and New York and the overlap. Look at Euro Pound, yeah, sure. Let's look at it. So in the pizza pattern, almost always break through the horizontal line, not the inclined one. Yeah, so let me explain the logic here a little bit more detail. This is called a ascending triangle, not to be confused with an ascending wedge. An ascending triangle, the logic is essentially that this level keeps getting tapped, and it's getting weaker and weaker and weaker because all of these resting orders here are getting tapped over and over, and that level is getting weaker. Now, retail traders often see this and they say, well, it's more likely that it's going to break to the upside, right? And that is true because it is getting weaker. But the smart money, they say, ho, ho, hum. What do the retail traders not to know? Well, we know that the retail traders are looking to buy this. So if we have more money than them, what we can do is we can say, okay, we're just going to wait and we're going to put massive sell orders up here, right? A little bit higher, right? So when it does break up, it's going to trigger all of these resting breakout trades, right? Thinking all the retail traders are going to make money, and then, it might come up here or something, and then they're just going to completely shut it down, right? And then make you lose your money and make you get stopped out, and then it's going to rocket it out once you get stopped out, because those stops are all going to trigger in the opposite direction, and then it's going to rocket all the way back down here, right to there, right? So it's going to do something like that. Make sense? Well, it's not going to do something like that, but it's a game of probability, right? And most probable is always to bet against the retail trader. So if you know what the retail trader is doing, you can know how to make money by taking advantage of them. Let's look at Euro Pound. Oh, the other one was an ascending wedge, which looks like this. And the logic in the ascending wedge is that you're getting higher highs and higher lows, but you're getting weaker momentum moves, right? So this is actually a sign for the actual reverse direction because things are getting weaker. Now, again, retail traders use this as a symbol for a reversal pattern, and it is indicative of a divergence in price, in the pressure of the price, and it's slowing down. So most likely it does turn back, but again, it can still turn back for a little bit and then continue up and fuck over a lot of retail traders. So that's how it kind of works. Anyways, Euro Pound. Euro CAD had a nice, USD CAD had a nice sweep of the lows on the 15. Yeah, I'll check that chart in a second here. I'm going to look at Euro Pound first. Euro Pound. Pound. So our bias from before, if you guys remember, is down. We've been looking for this to go down for a very, very long time. Let's get rid of this one. Now, the reason that we're again looking at this to go down, you know, this is such a strong rally. Such a strong rally. And there's untested areas around here, right? So naturally, we do want to come back down here and test those areas. And what we saw very recently, the other day, is we saw this massive momentum move completely eaten back up. Obviously, it comes back up to fill some more orders. We get a liquidity hunt, a stop hunt of the Asia range right in the London Open, and then a complete dump down, right? So what do we want to do? We want to look for sells around this area as it comes back up, because there's still a lot of people waiting in that area, and we want to reject. That's the analysis. Very simple. On the buy side, I don't see a whole lot of reason to buy, personally. But I could be wrong. This could be a retest of this move here, actually. So we did actually get this right. I did call this that it would come down here. We were dead on accurate about that one too. We were dead on accurate about this one too. It was just very quick. This most likely, it could bounce off of this area. So if we see this line purged and then it comes back up, I wouldn't be so keen on shorting anymore. But if it comes up first, it's going to come back down here to this line. That'll be the first target. Second target will be over here. Juve Banks. I'll look at that trade too in a second here. Depends on your capital. British USD analysis completely matches patterns I've learned to watch for even still some. It's a good trick, yeah. Okay. So you guessed $86 on coconut water. You guessed 86.13. Did you? What did I say it was? Like $82 or something? That's pretty damn close. If that's what you actually guessed in that video, that's really good, dude. Hugo keeps closing my orders long before stop loss, even on micro lots. Maybe you have widespread. Micro accounts have a much wider spread. What's the difference between 4-hour and day charts? It's the same, just the timing is different. Doesn't really matter what time frame you're on, dude. All right, so this chart here, you said something about a sweep here. I think you're talking about this sweep here. Now the thing is, there's not really a sweep on the buy side here. Sorry to say. There's actually a liquidity hunt in the sell side. But this isn't really a sweep. You're sweeping on the 1 hour here, but it's not important. And you're not closing back above this level, I believe. This is a perfect line, isn't it? So what you've actually done is you've swept these highs and you're breaking back down. So I think it's more likely that this breaks down, but I could be wrong. Depending, let's look at how it's kind of like looking here actually, so I can be more accurate. So if you're looking at the 4 hour here, you can see that we didn't actually break out here, right? We faked out and then we swept back down. We swept this high also, coming back down, and then we also swept right there. I think you're talking about this line being a sweep, which makes perfect sense, but we need to get back over here for me to be okay with it. I think it's a good chance that buys could be valid here. the rough area you'd be looking to buy is right along this line. Put on a 15 minutes so we can see a level. The rough area I would look for, let's throw like a fib. Yeah. It's a bit messy, so that's kind of where I was thinking on this one here. That's kind of the rough area that you would look for a buy. Right? If you were buying, that's what I think. But I do think that this is actually the start of the down move. And then we're going to come down here. That's my guess. Okay, let's look at this one. Sir, suggest best broker. If you go to my site here, hunterfx.co/FAQ, let me just type it in here. This is, oops, not that. hunterfx.co/FAQ. Those are the brokers I recommend, man. There's one for European traders. There's one for like North American traders. What type of levels is important to get swept? Highs and lows, multiple tests of levels. Damn, I'm glad I caught my first live. I've been trying to get here at different time zones. Yeah, good to hear it, dude. Yeah, I kind of just do them sometimes different times, but mostly around the same time. Is it better to swing trade or scalp trade for a very small account? Scalp. Don't swing trade in a small account. It's not possible. You're going to risk way too much per trade. You want to manage your risk properly, so you want very small moves between your entry and your stop loss. So the smaller your account, the smaller setups you have to take, and that's just the way it works. By the way, guys, go ahead and hit that like button if you do enjoy the content. I am trying to change the world here. Take over. What are we going to do today, brain? What we do every day, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Okay. Pound yen. What the fuck am I looking at? You're like way too zoomed out for me to see any of the structure of this market. And then I don't know what this fib is for, also. I can't analyze this, dude. I don't know what I'm looking at. It looks like an art piece, sorry to say. Liked before the stream started. Hey, that's how you do it, man. Do an option trade? No, I don't. How about a very small account, $10? What did I just say, dude? Smaller your account, the smaller your trades need to be. The shorter time frame your trades need to be. I wouldn't swing trade unless you have a few $1,000s. I would intraday trade with maybe 500 or something. Anything less than 500, you basically can only like do small time frame scalps. Okay, let's look at this chart. Do I use moving averages? No, I don't use anything, dude. I don't use any indicators. I'm a real man. I'm a real man who takes baths alone. Not no moving average wussy shit. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I could dig the concept in this. You're seeing multiple touches. I like it. You're also trying to hunt this high right here. I like that too. Pretty good. I wouldn't take this blindly because you have a very wide stop, right? What I would do is I'd wait for the reaction, right? And then you can get a much tighter stop. And then once you see a strong reversal, then you can put your stop even closer because most likely it's not going to come up all the way here. The other thing to note though is this is a very powerful move. So there's a good chance it does come up even higher. Let's look at U-Swiss. Yeah, look at this. There's the level on U-Swiss on the 1 hour. So you're looking at the 30-minute. This is the level on U-Swiss. So this is where I would be looking to short. Right? Yep. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. I would look to short a little bit higher, I believe. Oh. Oh. Man, I need some tea. I need to get some tea in me. When I first tried using indicators, it made me do worse. When I got even more practice, I turned them off. Yeah, indicators just make you a bad trader. I hear pros use a moving average if they use any. Yeah, the problem with moving averages is very slow. Like, they're not needed. You can very obviously tell the trend if you have a strict system on determining trend, right? I have a video on determining trend if you want to watch it using price action. Any tips on finding strategies that work? You got to make your own kind of find a mentor that has some too. Test different things people. If you got to do it for free, then test things that people say on YouTube and see if they're actually accurate. And then make alterations to them, like make them more advanced, figure out like what's better versions of them and whatnot. I make tons of videos, dude. You should watch some of the advice I have. Best time frames to scalp on 1 and 5 minute. How much of the election in the U.S. will affect U.S. pairs? No idea. Don't follow the news. Don't follow politics. Don't care about none of that shit. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't change the way I trade. FTMO challenge for testing trading skills. FTMO challenge does not prove that you're a good trader. It's very easy to pass or fail if you're good or bad. You could just get lucky and pass, right? Or you could just not make 10% in a month, right? A lot of professional traders don't make 10% per month, right? But the important thing is that you're able to make enough money to live off of long term. My trading view says 6 indicators. Yeah, but they're all turned off. The only one is the sessions and the range. It's not an indicator. It just tells me what time it is. Would you call a clock an indicator? Don't think you'd call a clock an indicator, would you? I just want to know what time it is in under other places, basically. Will you not trade when US will choose Trump or other shit? No, I don't care, dude. I'll trade whenever. I don't trade the major news releases. I don't trade at that time. Beef man. Okay, let's look at this chart here. Why would you scalp on 30 minutes? You don't. It's not possible. 30-minute chart isn't for scalping. All right. How many pips do you think constitutes a good trade in intraday? I don't judge anything by pips. Pips is a useless scale, right? Because pound yen moves way more in pips. So people who actually talk in terms of pips don't actually know what they're doing generally. You should be talking in terms of R, which is risk risk reward ratio. If you're not talking in terms of R, you're, I don't know, you're either an old school trader that's been doing this for like 20 years, or you don't really know what you're doing, I think. Because pips are useless. But all the old school traders still talk in pips because they don't talk in R. This chart, okay. Equal highs. Are you in this trade currently, or I think you're waiting to get back. I don't know where your target is, first of all. It's a bit weird. It's really far. Your first target, if you did enter this trade, would be here and then here. So that's a bit weird that it's super down here, right? But I don't know. Nothing stands out as for or against this trade, really. It does make sense. Let me just look at it on my chart here, just so I can get a better picture of what this looks like here. So this is the problem I have, is you have 3 equal highs. So I still think that this is going to be hunted a bit higher here. This is what I'm seeing here, like 3 equal highs, right? You got the 4 hour. So on the 1 hour, you still have an untested supply, right? Just barely missed. So that's what you're missing. That most likely this is going to get hunted. So where's your stop? Your stop is exactly where it's going to get hunted, right? All right, guys. That was a decent stream. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm going to wrap it up here. And hit the subscribe if you do happen to have just jumped along here. We do some streaming most days here. And you can join the Discord, follow me on Instagram and whatnot. I'll see you guys later.